Welcome to Let's Talk About Relationships, episode 3. I have made some assumptions about you. My apologies, but I have. I am assuming that if you are watching these little videos, that you are kind of serious about learning about relationships, that you're not after quick fixes, that you've realized that blaming other people for your mistakes doesn't really work in the long run, that you'd like to date someone and find out whether that's the person that you might marry in the future, and that you've realized that you need some help. If that's you, then awesome! That's so great. Congratulations. Welcome to something wonderful and wild and worthwhile. If that's not you, no worries. That's totally fine. Thanks for watching, and I really hope you learned something. And I hope you come back in the future having decided that you secretly want to be the object of my assumptions. I recently contacted a friend of mine and told him that I really enjoyed spending time with him and that I would be interested in finding out whether there could be something more between us. We went out, we chatted about it, we drank some weird Japanese tea, and we decided that that would be it, that we would just be friends and that we were really okay with that. As I was getting ready for that conversation, I stumbled across an amazing blog by the guys at Moral Revolution entitled, Am I Ready to Date? I spent some time thinking through the questions they asked so that I could check myself out before I checked him out. I am pretty sure that you are good looking, that you are attractive, and that you are amazing. Go ahead, pause the video, find a mirror, and check yourself out. Why not tell yourself, just for fun, I am good looking, I am attractive, I am amazing. Conversation with yourself and ask yourself some of the questions we're about to explore, all about whether you're ready to date. You're asking me again, why? Why should we explore this? And of course, it's a great question. Well, my answer is that we are all human. We all make mistakes, we have desires and insecurities and unmet needs, and we have hormones. We've all made poor decisions in the past in the heat of the moment that we regret. And because I've already assumed that you do not want to make the same mistakes that you have in your past relationships and you need some help to change. To do that, I believe that we need to first examine ourselves before we throw our hat into the complicated ring of dating. And just a side note, I'm only going to explore 4 of the questions that they pose in the article because we don't have enough time. But again, click on the link and go and read it yourself. Question number 1. Do I know who I am? I believe that we cannot truly love others until we have a healthy respect and love for ourselves. If we are not sure of our value and worth, then we are going to be constantly looking to find that value in our looks, in our job, in our status, in what other people think of us. And that is going to get tiring and frustrating. Knowing our identity is a huge part of having healthy relationships and living well. I get my identity and my value from belonging to God and knowing that He loves me. Every day He tells me that I am valuable because I am His and I am His pleasure and His delight, and that gives me hope and joy and strength every day. Question number 2. Do I know how to communicate well? If you have never done a course or read a book, read a blog, watched a video, had a conversation around how to communicate well, oh my goodness, you need to go and find one and do one of these courses. We're going to talk about it in a future episode, but we have to actually learn how to communicate well. We can't assume that what we've been given, what we've learned as we're growing up, that's enough. Because for most of us, we communicate poorly. Question number 3. Do I have a vision for my life and a plan to get there? This is another huge topic which we are definitely going to cover in future episodes, but I believe that every one of us has a specific destiny and plan and purpose for our lives. If we have never spent time planning and dreaming and pondering on why we're here and what we're meant to be doing, then it's kind of like going to the airport with your bags all packed with no destination and striking up a conversation with someone that's pretty awesome and thinks you're awesome too, and then buying a ticket to where they're going. You will most likely end up living their dream and their plan, and later on realizing that actually you were meant to be somewhere else doing something else. Why not avoid that heartache and go to the airport with a ticket in hand and meet someone who's already going where you're going? Number 4, am I teachable? And can I humbly receive feedback even when it hurts? Again, If my assumptions are correct, you are already realizing that you do not know everything and that you really need some help so that you can grow in your relationships. The best people I know with the best relationships all around are the people who actively invite feedback from close friends and family. Did you know that without conflict, feedback, and being open to new things, we actually cannot grow or change? This is another huge part of having healthy relationships and living well. Okay, challenge time. I know you love it. Click on the link, check yourself out, ask yourself these questions, and be honest with your answers. Better than that, find a close friend who you trust and sit down together and evaluate each other using these questions as a guide. Thanks so much, guys. Encourage you. Click on the link, read the blog, check out the guys at Moral Revolution. I love pretty much everything they produce. There's so much great stuff on their website and also on their podcast. I highly recommend it. Go and check them out. Havila Cunnington, who leads the team there, she's an amazing lady who's passionate about helping people get strong and healthy relationships just like me, and I really recommend it. So go on, check out Moral Revolution. Thanks so much for watching. Get back in front of that mirror, tell yourself you're awesome, and let's talk about relationships.